Hello my creative friends. Today we are making an old-fashioned pot roast and we're cooking it in the crock pot, so please stay tuned. Okay, so to get started, what you're going to need, of course, is your pot roast. I have about a 2.5 pound. Depending on your family size, you might want to get a little bit larger. So I would say, 2.5 to 3 to 4 pounds. And to get started, we're going to need a stick of butter, and I am going to get that in the pan so that it can get melted, and then we can share the rest of the ingredients. Okay, I'm going to let that melt. And to get started, you're going to need your chopped up onion. I've already pre-cut an onion, pretty coarse here, and about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. This is the kind you get in the jar that's already minced. You can use fresh if you like, but if you want simple, easy, convenient, this will work fine. It adds lots of flavor. So let's get this butter melted, and this butter is going to add a lot of flavor. And you might could get away with half a stick. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my garlic. If you have some rosemary, you can add that in there. Totally up to you. Okay, that's kind of searing here and the butter's still melting. It will be good. And I'm going to add the onion that I cut up, just a small yellow onion or a sweet onion or something like that. And you want to get that going. And I'm going to need this to cut my potatoes. So, let's see if you can see this. What I'm going to do to this is you're going to need some coarse salt. I like sea salt. So I'm just going to generously salt this side of my roast. And then you can use your favorite steak seasoning. I just bought this one that I saw on the shelf at either Walmart or Aldi's, I don't remember. And sprinkle it on this side. Okay. And then you're just going to rub that in. Okay, and then turn it over. This roast looks like it's in 2 sections here. I'm just going to sit this in the sink while we're preparing that. And I don't want to cross-contaminate, so I don't have anything on this hand. So I'm going to put some more salt on this side. And some steak seasoning on the other side. Alright. I'm going to let these onions cook a little bit. So now what you're going to do is you're going to sear this steak probably about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So I'm just going to put it in here right on top of the onions. And I'm going to let that sear for about 5 minutes and then flip it. So I'm going to wash my hands and then I'll be back to show you what to do with the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so you're going to need about 4 potatoes, approximately, good size here. I've already washed and scrubbed these really well. You can peel them if you like to. I don't like to peel mine because I think it takes away nutrients from the potato. So we're just going to dice these up, and I'm going to get my slow cooker ready. So I cut it in half. And then I cut each in half again, like so. And then I just cut these in quarters. Or thirds, depending on the size of your potato. Cut that in half. And then I lay it flat right here. Cut these in half. quarters or thirds, depending on the size. That roast is smelling really good right about now. So I just got 4 potatoes that I'm cutting up. If you want to cut these a little smaller to make them a little more bite-sized for children, that's fine. My mom always liked to peel the potatoes, but I just I like the taste of the peelings and the skins on the potatoes. And I've always heard it just holds a lot of fiber and nutrients. Okay, so I've got all of these cut up. So let me pull my slow cooker. Now my slow cooker comes out. So this is the part that I'm going to put in the refrigerator later. Okay, so all we're going to do is put the potatoes. That one didn't slice good. And watch out for little brown spots like that. I'm going to cut that out. Alright, so we're just going to add all of these into the crock pot, and I'm kind of carefully watching for spots like that as I put them in. I love the potatoes in with the roast. Now potatoes require a lot of salt, in my opinion. So I'm just going to sprinkle the potatoes with salt. Okay, and I have about half a cup of just plain water, and I'm going to pour it right in with the potatoes. Now most roasts have carrots. These are baby carrots that are already sliced. And, well, not sliced, but peeled and washed. I'm going to use about half of this bag here. Now, if you don't have baby carrots, you can use regular sized carrots and then, you know, cut them and quarter them or however you want them in there. This is totally optional, but we found that this cooking green beans in with the pot roast gives it so much flavor. So I'm going to dump some green beans in there. And these were already washed. I'm thinking I might need to cut these in half. So I am going to do that. And I'm going to cut the ends off. If you have fresh, just cut the ends off and cut them in half and make sure they're washed well. I'm going to take these out so I can make them a little more of a bite size. I think I need to flip this meat. Yeah, because, you know, I'm finding stuff like this. You don't want stems in there. I don't know why packages say they're ready to cook when they're really not. Alright, so I'm trimming off the edges here and putting it in there. So I'm going to turn my meat over. And you may need more than one utensil here. Okay, so that's good. So I'm going to let that cook a little longer. And then I'm going to finish these green beans here. Let me move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting off the edges and any spots that I think that aren't that great. I didn't have time to go to the farmer's market and pick out green beans, so I just bought these from the package. So I'm going to finish this because this is really all there is to it. And when my meat is seared on both sides, we'll come back and then I'll finish up this. Okay, so I cut this in half to make it a little bit easier because it seemed to be a little divided. But I wanted to get the sides seared, so I'm just going to hold it up with a spatula like so, just for, you know, a couple of minutes. And I did add a little crushed rosemary in here. You can use fresh if you have it. And it gives it some flavor. I just want to kind of brown the sides here. Okay, let me do it to this side here. I think that's good. So now I'm going to take the vegetables and just kind of mix them up just a little bit with my hand here. And then everything that's in this frying pan is going to go into the slow cooker. So I'm just going to transfer the meat first. Now, and turn my heat off of here, and then all of this yumminess is going in here. Just right on top there. Now, all I'm going to do is take this and put it in the refrigerator. And it's going to stay in there overnight. So when I get up in the morning, I am going to put it in my crock pot on high, get ready, and then we're going to church. Then when we come home, we will get this out and plate it up, and we'll show you what it looks like. So we are home from a wonderful day at church, and I have plated up the pot roast. I just put it out on a cutting board, but it really didn't need to be cut. It just pulled apart with the tongs. So we plated this up and we are ready for Sunday dinner. Pot roast, Sunday dinner at its best. You can add a little steak sauce if you like to, or make a little gravy with the juices, whatever you like. But for now, Sunday lunch is served. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have some wonderful things in store for you. So until the next video, God bless.